Hey there, history buffs. Welcome to the story of the United States of America, a nation that's been a wild ride of rebellion, innovation, and reinvention. From rugged colonies to a global powerhouse, let's walk through how America got here and what it looks like today in 2025. Buckle up, because this is a tale of dreamers, fighters, and builders. Let's rewind to the late 1400s. European explorers, like Christopher Columbus, stumbled across the Americas, kicking off a wave of exploration. By 1607, Jamestown, Virginia, became England's first permanent foothold. But let's not forget, this land was already home to millions of Native Americans, with vibrant cultures stretching back centuries. Their story, often marked by displacement and resilience, is a crucial thread in America's tapestry. Fast forward to the 1700s. Britain's 13 colonies were thriving, but tensions brewed. Taxes like the Stamp Act had colonists fuming. No taxation without representation, right? In 1776, a group of bold thinkers, including Thomas Jefferson, penned the Declaration of Independence. "We're done with you, Britain," they said. Led by General George Washington, the scrappy Continental Army fought the Revolutionary War. Let's rewind to the late 1400s. European explorers, like Christopher Columbus, stumbled across the Americas, kicking off a wave of exploration. By 1607, Jamestown, Virginia, became England's first permanent foothold. But let's not forget, this land was already home to millions of Native Americans, with vibrant cultures stretching back centuries. Their story, often marked by displacement and resilience, is a crucial thread in America's tapestry. Fast forward to the 1700s. Britain's 13 colonies were thriving, but tensions brewed. Taxes like the Stamp Act had colonists fuming. No taxation without representation, right? In 1776, a group of bold thinkers, including Thomas Jefferson, penned the Declaration of Independence. "We're done with you, Britain," they said. Led by General George Washington, the scrappy Continental Army fought the Revolutionary War. By 1783, the United States was born, a nation founded on liberty and big ideas. The 19th century was America's awkward teenage phase, growing fast but full of conflict. The young nation stretched westward, fueled by manifest destiny, the belief that it was destined to span the continent. But this expansion came at a steep cost. Native American tribes were pushed off their lands through treaties, wars, and tragic events like the Trail of Tears. Then came the issue that nearly broke America: slavery. By the mid-1800s, the North and South were at odds over whether new states should allow it. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 lit the fuse, and the Civil War erupted from 1861 to 1865. It was brutal, brother against brother, with over 600,000 lives lost. Lincoln's leadership and the Union's victory ended slavery with the 13th Amendment, but the wounds of division lingered. By the late 1800s, America was transforming. The Industrial Revolution turned cities like New York and Chicago into bustling hubs. Immigrants poured in from Europe, Asia, and beyond, bringing new cultures and fueling growth. Think Ellis Island, packed with dreamers chasing the American dream. Inventors like Thomas Edison and entrepreneurs like John D. Rockefeller reshaped the economy with electricity, railroads, and big business. But not everyone shared the prosperity. Workers faced harsh conditions, and inequality sparked movements for change. The early 20th century saw the rise of labor unions, women's suffrage, shout out to the 19th Amendment in 1920, and the push for civil rights. The Great Depression in the 1930s hit hard, but Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal brought relief and reforms. Setting the stage for a stronger America, let's zoom into the mid-20th century. America was booming, but not for everyone. Black Americans, Native Americans, and other minorities faced systemic discrimination. Enter the Civil Rights Movement. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X fought for equality with protests, speeches, and sheer courage. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 and Voting Rights Act of 1965 were game changers, dismantling legal segregation and expanding voting access. The late 20th century was a whirlwind of progress and challenges. America landed on the moon in 1969. Talk about a flex. The tech revolution, from Silicon Valley to the internet, made the US a global leader in innovation. But social issues persisted. Debates over immigration, women's rights, and economic inequality kept the nation on its toes. So where's America at today in October 2025? It's a nation of 330 million people. The US remains a tech giant. Think AI, wildly diverse and constantly evolving. Electric vehicles and space exploration, with companies like SpaceX pushing boundaries. Cities like Austin and Miami are booming as new hubs of innovation, while rural communities hold tight to tradition. Politically, it's a mixed bag. Polarization is real. Debates over healthcare, climate change dominate headlines. Speaking of climate, the US is investing big in green energy, with solar and wind projects popping up coast to coast, though challenges like extreme weather keep everyone on edge. Socially, movements for racial justice, gender equality, and inclusion continue to shape the conversation, building on the legacy of past struggles. Economically, America's still a powerhouse, with a GDP pushing 25 trillion, but inequality remains a sticking point. Some are thriving, while others struggle to get by. And let's not forget culture, from Hollywood to hip-hop. American music, movies, and sports like the NFL captivate the world. The United States of 2025 is a nation of contradictions and possibilities. It's a place where history's lessons, freedom, resilience, justice collide with modern challenges. For every step forward, there's a debate about the path ahead. But that's America, a country that's never done dreaming, fighting, or reinventing itself. So, history enthusiasts, what's next for the US? A nation born from rebellion, shaped by struggle, and driven by innovation, it's up to us to write the next chapter. Thanks for joining me on this journey through America's story. Until next time, keep exploring the past. It's the key to understanding today.